Hey, yo, welcome to the Blue Plate Special. It's real live music right here in beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. We are here inside Visit Knoxville, like we are most days. You can feel free to come join us if you like. If you can't be here with us today, know it is streaming live right now on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can find the link right there from the front page of our website. Just look under that Watch tab. So our guests today, they're visiting with us from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Y'all give a great big welcome to March to August, to the Blue Plate Special.
Thanks so much.
Like a station, love and lose as you drive. You try to tune it in just to keep it alive. 'Cause I can't live with a static in between. And I wonder with each and every turn what it is that I'm supposed to learn. And I wonder if I'll ever find love again. As you come and go like a frequency, reminders of what we are now, memories of what we used to be, fading in and out, have no control. Some days I see a glimpse of you and me, like a frequency. I know with time I'll get used to the change, but it's so hard when there's so little that's the same. So I keep searching, trying to find something familiar here. Driving without my hand on the wheel, searching for a song just so I can feel a little comfort, a little hope, so my heart will heal. 'Cause you come and go like a frequency, reminders of what we are now, memories of what we used to be, fading in mystery so I can feel like I'm alive. Cause you come and go like a frequency, reminders of what we are now, memories of what we used to be, fading in and out, have no control. Some days I see a glimpse of you and me, like a frequency, like a frequency, like a frequency. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Well, hello, Knoxville. It's like, we are so glad to be here. It's just, I was looking at the plates on the wall and I went, oh my gosh, we are in like amazing company. This is amazing. I'm so glad to be here. Well, this is a song that's not autobiographical.
Yes, we always have to give that disclaimer.
We were out to dinner with some friends many, many years ago, and I came home that night and said to Jody, I said, man, there's like a cold wind blowing between them. And it's a sign to not give up on your art, because 25 years later, this song came out of that night after many, many, many rewrites. It's a song called Cold Wind.
Subtle stare, sideways glance, we keep painting on faces and staging romance. We used up our second chance. There's a cold wind blowing, blowing in. Candles, dim lights, perfume, but where is the passion that we once knew? Present scenes as we play our parts, but there's a cold wind blowing through our hearts. There's a cold wind blowing in, silent as a stranger, making lovers just friends, and I'm not sure if a heart can mend when those cold winds start blowing, blowing in. Can we take back yesterday and make the ghosts that haunt us fade away, so we can't play this game no more, 'cause there's a cold wind knocking at our door. There's a cold wind blowing in, silent as a stranger, making lovers just friends, and I'm not sure if a heart can mend when those cold winds start blowing, they're blowing in. There's a cold wind blowing in, silent as a stranger, making lovers just friends, and I'm not sure if a heart can mend when those cold winds start blowing.
this is March to August with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. So how long has March to August been
an entity? How about
An
that?
entity?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we've known each other for a long time.
long
A lot
time.
longer than we've been playing together. But we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary.
10-year anniversary this month. Yes,
Yeah.
we started 10 years
Yeah.
ago
Yeah.
as an idea at the kitchen table of, hey, why don't we,
Yeah, and we've been through a few iterations. So we started as a 4-piece, and then we dwindled to a 3-piece after COVID. I think a lot of people experienced that maybe. And in 2022, at the end of 2022, our daughter was playing with us, and she stepped away and got married.
Yeah.
And we now have a granddaughter. So
yes, yes.
we understood her stepping away, and we have all the fruits of that labor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So were both of you all musicians prior to?
I started as a singer-songwriter back in the early 1990s and kind of
The 19-somethings.
the 19-somethings, yes.
Yeah.
And I started writing then and did a lot, and then took a break from music entirely for several years as our daughter was born and other things in life, and then we restarted back up. I guess I restarted back up about 2012, and then we started this by a few years later.
2015.
All right. So where do the songs come from? Who's?
Oh my! Just anywhere and everywhere.
We do a lot of we process a lot and talk a lot about topics.
Yes,
There's
yes.
sometimes you can really get stuck in a topic. So we have different topics, and
We
you'll
try to take on topics that a
experience
lot
that a
of
little bit.
other writers wouldn't.
yes.
And really, we were so inspired, particularly when Marty Stewart toured with the Pilgrim anniversary of that album. We were so inspired by the concept album idea, and so that's been, since seeing him, that's been what we've done. Is that everything we've done is a concept piece since then, and we just released our first concept one in December, and then we have another one that we're working on that we're going to be releasing
So
in 2026.
that second song you heard, Frequency, that's a brand new song. And sure, we're going to bring that on the Blue Plate Special.
Yeah, on a brand new song and an album that's not even released yet, but
Yeah.
Well, when is that album going to be released?
We think that'll be
we think
2026.
early 2026 for
Yes,
that one, because
early,
we're
yeah.
currently touring the current album. We have a tendency to just once we finish an album, it's like, okay, let's start another one, and we've been told we have to slow down and not keep cranking them out all the time. So we're trying to pace ourselves, which is not
Yes.
easy.
The current project is called Songs Inspired by Witness. You can find it streaming out there on music platforms, which gives you the opportunity. We always encourage our audience to shake and howdy with our performers and thank them for being here with us. You get a second chance to see them tonight. They'll just be right down the road at Kearns Food Hall. Tomorrow they'll be headed over to Troutman, North Carolina. And then Saturday they'll be back in Maryville at the Peaceful Side Brewery in Maryville. Just to specify.
Yeah, just
not the
Maryville,
one
I
in
guess.
Townsend,
Yes,
in Maryville. March to August.com for more information. I'm going to back out of the way. We're going to get more music from March to August on the WDVX Blue Plate Special.
Well, as we mentioned, we just released a new album in December, and this was inspired by a teen fiction book called Witness. I know
I know a banjo player
that read a book. Yeah.
You're wearing
Didn't even
pants today, too.
And that book didn't even really have that many pictures in it either, so that was really good. But this book was set in a small town in Vermont during Prohibition, and we were so inspired by the characters. We started with one song and two songs, and before you know it, we had an entire album that kind of told the story of this small town in Vermont.
Or more of the story, yeah.
And so we're going to do a little bit of a snippet for that. We're going to first introduce you to a character by the name of Iris Weaver. Iris ran the diner in the small town by day, and by night she loaded up her Packard and ran moonshine to all of the speakeasies up and down the coast. And this is her story. It's a song called Runnin' Booze.
Oh, Iris down at the diner, she looking for a man so they can fold their own damn laundry, cook their own cornbread in the pan. She ain't settling down, and the rumors you hear are true. When the sun goes down in this one horse town, she's a road to run and boo. She knows every juice joint in these hills that can be found. She knows every lawman that can be bought with a cigar too. That's the life she leads to get the money she needs on the road to run and booze. Some nights she has to flash a leg and give a flirty smile. She loads up that old Packard and drives many a country mile. She knows all those secrets men don't want their wives to know. That's why for a little shine they let her go. Sheriff don't know about old man Johnson still. They don't think the governor don't know about Madame Marguerite's on the hill. And it's those little secrets that someday soon she'll use to take her away from this no-count place, take her away from Ron and booze. Some night she has to flash a leg and give a flirty smile. She loads up that old Packard and drives many a country mile. She knows all those secrets men don't want their wives to know. That's why for a little shine they'll let her go. And the depressions taking many an honest man, turned him to the bad old times, how hard to understand. One night she'll take that strong box she's been hiding in her room. With the money she's been shaving, there'll be no more. There'll be no more running booze.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, in this current project, the whole record is all banjo. Not.
I know.
I'm not sure what
You shouldn't.
inspired
I don't know if we
us
should
to
tell
do
them that. I don't know if we should tell them that entire record of banjo song. But this next song is in this small town. A man by the name of Johnny Reeves comes into this small town, and he's pure evil, and he's so evil that his mother actually turns him in the end for the things that he had done. And I started thinking, man, I bet that was a complex mother-son relationship. And that's what this song's about. It's called Perfect Son.
Was an angel on my shoulder to which my mama whispered lies. Keep me reading the good book to keep me toeing the line. Keep me saying my prayers when the day was done. She said the devil on the other kept me from being the perfect son. Spare the rod and spoil the child, she said never worked on me. As I went out to the backyard and cut down that whipping tree. And I hopped the first train south when it came my time to run. As I realized nobody could ever be a perfect son. Perfect son, oh now I'm seeing clear. Perfect son, won't find no resolution here. There ain't nothing I could have said, there ain't nothing I could have done. I'm not sure anybody could ever be a perfect son. I could feel it every time she'd start to shout. I'd hide said there ain't nothing I could have done. And I'm not sure anybody could ever be a perfect son. Perfect son, I can't take this anymore. Perfect son, I'm headed out the door. There ain't nothing I could have said, there ain't nothing I could have done. But I'm tired of wasting time and trying to be a perfect son.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
It's March to August with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. I need to mention that the WDVX Blue Plate Special is presented by Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria. It's on Jackson Avenue in Knoxville's Old City, home of the Big Plate on Fridays, and by Modelo Especial and Corona Extra. So coming up tomorrow, Donnie and the Dry Heavers will be with us on the Big Plate. You can find out more about them by visiting our website there at WDVX.com. Find that calendar and it'll link you right over to our performers' websites so you can learn more about them as well. Additional support comes from Visit Knoxville. So y'all, it's a weird name when you put March to August in the search box.
In the Google.
You all aren't the first one to come up. I mean, it's not like there's others, but it's talking about how many months are between March and
Yes,
August.
yes.
And
Yes.
so where did this name come from?
Well, our original band with our daughter was called Route 358, and the 358 was our birth months.
So Derek is
March,
March, and our
August.
daughter is May, and I'm August. And when she stepped away, we just said, you know, we knew we were going to rebrand and decide a new name, and you came up with this one day, and I just thought,
it just kind of said, well, what if we take the 3 and make it March, and the 8 and make it August, and,
yes,
and go
listen,
from there.
March to August, not very complicated.
Doesn't sound
but
like it's complicated.
yes, yes.
All
And
right.
that way, if and when she comes and decides she wants to play some more,
We don't have to change the name again if
Yeah.
she wants to decide to come.
It will still fit. Yes.
Well, all right. So now the mystery is solved.
Yes, yes.
They're gonna do a few more tunes for us here this afternoon. This is March to August on the WDVX Blue Plate Special.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, Jody and I both grew up in small towns, and of course we have a class, what we call small towns, or towns less than 10,000 people. I guess you would
Yes.
say our definition.
So Derek grew up in South.
I grew up in Southwest Missouri, a little town called Neosho.
Go Wildcats.
And then-
I grew up in Warrensburg,
Yeah.
little town outside of Kansas City.
But sometimes when you grow up in those small towns, you think when you're a kid you can't wait till you're 18 so you can get out of that small town because it's just they're just Then you travel along life's highway a little bit and you get a few bumps and bruises, and you realize that small town life is not such a bad thing, and that's what this song's about. It's a song called One Street Town.
She said, why don't you come see me if you can? I said, girl, you know that I'm a traveling man. I'm just not the kind to settle down. You're the only thing here in this one street town. Know your family's here and you can't leave. settle down. Sometimes you just can't leave that one street town. Put that car in drive. But I know in my heart you're the reason I'm alive. And I'm not sure why you want me around. Without you I'd disappear like one street town. Sometimes things don't work out like you planned. Sometimes love takes you where you should have been. And sometimes you become the kind who settles down. Sometimes you grow to love life in a one-street town. Sometimes you grow to love life in a one-street town.
Thank y'all so much.
Well, this is a song that was the title track to our first album we released as a duo in 2023. It was really a series of songs we wrote kind of during what we just now call All the Things of 2020.
Yes. We had a lot combust at that time, as we know a lot of folks did too.
But I know that right in the middle of the shutdown, part of this, where we weren't able to tour, we weren't able to play music, wrote this song one day because I kind of woke up thinking, you know, being forced to slow down is maybe not such a bad thing sometimes because you really appreciate what you have. And that's what this song's about. It's called Way Back Home.
You look tired, and I can tell you have not been sleeping well. You can't turn on the movies in your head and the stories that they tell. Everything can't be perfect as much as we wished it were true. So whatever you do, take care of you. And burn that candle at both ends, but don't let the flame die away. Find a reason to relight the fire that burns inside of you each day. Though others' journeys seem easy, we don't walk the road they're on. Travel is crooked and steep, but the road seems easier when we are mindful of the company we keep. Don't let others change where you're going. Stay on the highway that you're on and keep the faith, because you're strong. Both ends, but don't let the flame die away. Find a reason to relight the fire that burns inside of you each day. Though others' journeys seem easy, we don't walk the road they're on. this journey seem easy. We don't walk the road they're on, and we always find a way back home. We can always find our way back home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Well, we have one more, and we're still deciding.
It's got to be Edna Payne.
Okay, it's got to be Edna.
All right.
We just have to tell
Before
them.
y'all do that, real quick.
Yes.
Let me take a moment to invite everybody to join us again. Tomorrow, we'll be at Barley's for the Big Plate with Donnie and the Dry Heavers. I don't know how that's going to do for lunch tomorrow, but anyway, we'll figure it out tomorrow. Yeah, you can find more information about that at WDVX.com. Just click on that box that says Blue Plate Special, and it's going to link you right on over there to their website, and you can learn more about them as well. So, y'all, I forgot to mention that Kirk Larson is here again today. He's been visiting with us this week, and he is a part of 30 juried artists from around the country that are participating in Artist on Location. And they are all around downtown Knoxville and doing live art daily this week. And then it leads up to Saturday. There will be an art show and an art sale. And this is going to benefit the Knoxville Museum of Art, the sale of the artwork. And that will be Saturday from 5:30 to 8:30 at the KMA. And there's going to, be somewhere between 90 and 200 paintings on display and for sale for the benefit as well. So yeah, you can stop by back there and say hey to Kirk and check out his art from today as well. March to August.com for more information. And again, tonight they'll be at Kern's Food Hall. That's just over on Chapman Highway. Tomorrow in Troutman, North Carolina, and then Saturday they'll be back in the area in Maryville at the Peaceful Side Brewery. You can find all that information and more at marchtoaugust.com. Hey, y'all, we're listener supported. There's always a little old donation box back there in the back of the room. A little love in the box keeps the good music going here on the Blue Plate Special. Thank y'all so much for being here with us
Thank you
today.
for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
This has been great. And thank for all of you for coming out.
Yes,
And,
thanks
and
for
sitting in and listening
taking
to us.
time out of your day and coming today. We appreciate it so much.
We're going to leave you with a song that just has a great story behind it. We were playing in a little town not too far away from us called Eureka Springs, Arkansas. It's a tiny little tourist town that just is one of the neatest little towns on the planet. But we were playing in a little coffee shop there when we first started 8 or 9 years ago, and a gentleman walked up to us who has been a dear fan of ours ever since this night. Just walked up to me and goes, "I got a story for you."
Just like that.
And proceeded to tell me a story about a woman from his childhood by the name of Edna Pankey. And of course, when you own a banjo and you've got this story and a name like Edna Pankey, I mean, that's just a song that wrote itself. And so this is Edna's mostly true story. And we just call the song The Ballad of Edna Pankey.
Edna Pankey lived a quiet life, cleaning up the courthouse from morning until night. The next day she'd clean the building alone, and anybody who knew her never would have known that Edna shot him down in broad daylight downtown. She was gonna have her man running around. Pulled a pistol from her purse, things went from better to worse, 'cause Edna Pankey shot her husband down. One morning when she was mopping the jail, she saw him slipping into that Happy Times Hotel. The woman clinging to his arms, they made their way. Something inside her just snapped, they say, 'cause they just shot him down in broad daylight downtown. She was gonna have her man running around. Pulled the pistol from her purse, things went from better to worse, 'cause then the pancake shot her husband down.
She watched as the driver stopped the cab, watched as the bellman went to load their bags. Just as he walked out that revolving door,
Right between the eyes, she wasn't taking anymore. Sheriff says we don't know what happened that day.
someone shot out Pancake, just walked away.
The judge said it's just another unsolved case, and Edna lived out the rest of her days.
And her obituary said on the day that she died that Edna lived a quiet life, cleaning up the courthouse and the county jail, preceded in death by her husband Al.
But I've heard many a story told
about a quiet little woman down at the nursing home who, when asked about her husband, she just smiling then.
say I shot that son of a bitch and I would do it again. Oh, and I shot him down in broad daylight downtown. She was gonna have her man running around. Pulled a pistol from her purse, things went from better to worse, 'cause Edna Pancake shot her husband down. Oh, Edna, she shot her husband down.
Thank you so much.
That's March to August. Thank y'all. Join us again next time for more real live music on the Blue Plate Special.